Terrible. Just terrible. Yeah, I guess Trump making that call didn't really do much.
That was part of it. Let's just be honest. That was part of it.
I mean, yeah, they had a lot running on them, and of course that was probably a little bit more added pressure. But Pulisic did not look comfortable the entire game, like at all. Couldn't get anything going, and it was just kind of hard to watch at points. So Belgium played like the better team.
Pulisic wasn't doing much all World Cup though.
He was the first 2 games.
He was injured. I mean, he was injured. He was coming off injury.
No, the first game
It
though,
was
and
fine.
then the game after he got back when he was injured. Those 2 games he did look like himself, and he contributed a lot. Like he opened the passing lanes down in the hole, but like at the end of the day, it's like he looked like he was a non-factor that entire
He
game.
he was a non-factor, but I don't know. I think him being injured, coming off the injury, trying to work through it, I think it caught up to him.
Well, and he did get re-hurt during that game. That's why he had to come off.
Right.
And then at that point, I feel that's a little on the coach. Like you see him hobbling for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, and then guess what? It opens up for his defender or now offender to basically get right past him, and then they score another goal. And it's like you could have pulled someone to help defend on that side. So I don't know. Exactly. Yeah.
I just think it was. I mean, obviously they were underwhelming in their loss, but I think him in particular, like, there was just a lot going on for him. He did what he could. I just think it caught up to him, and it was just an underwhelming. He was supposed to do a lot more this World Cup. I know that for sure, but injuries will do that to you.
Yep. Yeah, I mean they had so many chances in the box. It was kind of crazy, especially in those last 5 minutes. Like it was like shot after shot after shot. It just like none of those shots though looked like they were going in though. Like I felt like they should have worked a little bit harder to move the ball around, but yeah, I just felt like at one point it just looked like they were more desperate versus like actually just figuring out like you guys could tie this game up. Like just relax.
There was some desperation. I wouldn't say like all those shots. I would say there was like one or two that it had a chance, but like
Right,
you said,
yeah.
it was a lot of desperation. But I mean, they were up against it, and they fought like that. That was a good game. That was a great game, and it's not like they
Oh
got
yeah.
their ass kicked.
It was
Like they
probably the
were
game.
undersized.
It was probably one of the
And
games of the entire tournament for sure.
yeah, they were undersized and they were in it. They were in it. So outside of your boy Messi, but I'll let Nando get to
Yeah,
that point.
and kudos to Bellingham. Like, sir, I did not know your game like that, but dude, I can see why they're calling him the future star. And Harry Kane is passing a torch to that young man. Quick though, super funny. Jordan Henderson on England, even though Mexico lost, he got a yellow card on the sideline, and then after the game, he was celebrating and suffered a serious wrist injury and now needs surgery.
That's terrible. That is
So,
awful.
so just wanted to say there was a little bit of a fun little quirk at the end of that game. So
They didn't wear those ugly ass jerseys though. You can you can be happy about that, Nando.
fair. That's fair. He really does. He really does hate those jerseys. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
wear
the
those
only
ugly
game
ass
that also
jerseys.
went to penalty kicks. So it's always fun when it gets to that point, but it was tragic. And then of course, in other FIFA news, we had Canada, our other host, also lose to Morocco. Morocco's looking good, and they'll be playing France, which France and Paraguay was a very, very rowdy game. Just touching on quickly, but Mbappe, what can you say?
He's the truth.
He's the
He's the
truth.
truth.
So, and then unfortunate, but also a little fortunate. My last team I'm pulling for, Spain, pulled out a 1-0 victory against one of the goats, Ronaldo.
Boo.
In
I'm sorry.
Portugal, he is unfortunately looks like this will be his last one. He will never have unfortunately touched the World Cup, but it was a historic, legendary career, which then leads into our last game, which was Brazil and Norway, with Norway winning that. Dude, that Viking, how can you
That's
stop him?
it's over for Neymar too.
And I was gonna say, in Brazil, their legendary star Neymar is also calling it at the place he started the World Cup. He said the same exact city he will be also ending his career. And fun fact, we found out Norway has always beaten Brazil in the World Cup. So very, very strange. Just that
Now,
European style just wasn't not ready for it.
now, why you not gonna talk about your boy Messi, bro?
See, I was gonna let Fernando do it because I'm very upset with
Why?
that. They should have
Why
lost.
you doing that to that man, bro? Why you
So
doing that to the
Argentina
goat?
won
Okay,
three to
thank you.
two to Egypt and scored 3 goals in less than 7 minutes. And I might agree with Egypt. I think the refs just wanted Messi there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro,
We're gonna
he's
have
the goat.
a
He is
deflate gate on the soccer ball, dude. I'm telling you.
Messi is the greatest of all time, bro.
He's
It's not
he
close.
he is. I'm not saying he's not the go. And I unfortunately I'm a Ronaldo fan more so, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, I you can't deny that talent, but it's gonna happen. He's about to meet Switzerland or he's gonna face Norway. We'll see what happens.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's 39 and he's not playing like it. Like, put it into perspective. Ronaldo scored his first goal in an elimination. Like, he been
I
playing
know.
forever.
I know.
That's insane, bro.
But that's where it's like Mbappe is coming for him
Oh, for Messi?
and Holland. But Mbappe is already only 27, and he's already basically 1-2 goals behind him in goals overall in a World Cup. Like, and I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about overall. I'm pretty sure Mbappe is like right next to him in overall goals scored all time. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, hate it, hate it. Donovan Mitchell has decided to sign a 4-year extension worth $273 million. That I think 2031 year though is a player option, so he can decide to opt out. But here's my issue: if he waited one more year, the man would have made a extra $80 million.
What does he need that for? He got Coco Jones. Let's
Bro.
just end the conversation there. Moving on. Like, I can't believe you just did that. It's
$80 million.
11:15. It's 11:25 p.m. and you talking about $80 million to a man who plays in the NBA, just signed a lucrative deal, is married to Coco Jones. Donovan Mitchell, I hope you hear this. We all rooting for you.
I love Donovan Mitchell. I'm a Spider fan. You're the one who was throwing Spider shade during the playoffs.
I think Spider Shade because he wasn't playing like Spider-Man.
And my point is, get your money, bro. Wait an extra year. They ain't gonna send you off. They need you. They're trying to draw LeBron news, which leads in to the next portion, which is technically Cleveland news. Cleveland, not Golden State. Sorry, Jared. Your dreams are looking further and further away. The Miami Heat and the 76ers are the three teams that LeBron is deciding between.
Is it my turn to talk?
Yep.
Yeah, he's going back to Cleveland. What are we talking about?
Honestly, I will say out of the three, I think I like the Heat the most because it lets him play the point. And it's the most interesting team if he's at the point, Bam at the center, and Giannis at the 4, the 3 or the 4.
Yeah, but if you put him at the point, I mean, that's going to wear LeBron down some too. Like, LeBron don't want the ball in his hands.
No, dude. That doesn't. Like he's going to have 12 assists if you put him at the point. He's going to let Giannis run that team.
He'll have 12 assists, but, like, LeBron was playing off the ball this year and was still very productive, and I think it helped him in the playoffs because he wasn't as worn down.
But you can't also count out the 76ers. I think the 76ers have a better roster than the Cavs now.
They do. I mean, they have a better roster than damn near all the East at this point. Like,
and you're telling me, and then, like, honestly, I'd be like, fuck it, Jaylen Brown, let's get you a ring.
If they, I don't think LeBron's gonna go there. I just don't.
I don't know, dude. It could happen.
I think LeBron going back to Cleveland.
Could you imagine AI? He'd be the happiest man in the world. He'd probably come back for a one-day contract.
You're so stupid. I think LeBron's gonna go back to Cleveland. And he's going to try to win one with the young group again. And if he does, he'll walk away. And I don't think they'll win it because of the firepower that is the 76ers. I mean, in the Knicks. You can't say Boston or the Pistons anymore. I'm sorry. So, like,
yeah, Boston will be interesting to see because Jason will have no excuse. It's your team now, bud. This is what you've been working for.
They're a 40-win team as currently constructed.
Yep.
40 plus. They're not going to win 50-something games.
I did say 45. I'm still with 45.
And I agree with him. They're not winning. They're not winning 50 games. If they win 50 games, it'll be 50 exactly. And they damn sure ain't winning 60 games, just like the Pistons ain't winning 60 games. If the Pistons win 50 games, if the Pistons win 40 games, K going to have to average 40.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of, that's a perfect transition for your Pistons. Still have not signed Duren.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. But you guys did trade for Karis LeVert to the Bucks for Taurean Prince and Gary Harris. I like the Taurean Prince. He is a 3-and-D player. He shot 43% from the three-point line. But Gary Harris, that just adds a vet. We'll probably end up cutting him by the end of the season. We'll see. You re-signed Javonte Green, and you did a sign-and trade for John Collins, which was a part of a 6-team trade, which included basically the Karis LeVert trade, Middleton going back to Washington to sign a new deal with them, and then D'Angelo Russell and a couple second-round picks going to Memphis, while Dallas traded A.J. Johnson also to Memphis. So,
you said a whole bunch of the Pistons are still going to be average.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's until you know you have Duren, it's gonna be tough out there. I mean, also
even with Duren,
why I'm wearing my jersey right here. This is NBA load to DeMar DeRozan, our Bulls long time, not long, but he was loved here very much so. He is now finally free from the Sacramento Kings. So I hope he signs somewhere where he can really help a team. He's still got a few more years in him.
Where do you think he's going?
Raptors, of course, for one. I think him and
Could you
Kawhi would
imagine?
that would be awesome. I think that'd be a perfect place for him to come back to.
Could you imagine?
And Kyle Lowry just announced that he will be signing a 1-day contract with them to retire as a Raptor.
Yeah,
so
he did it. But could you imagine if Kawhi got one with Kyle Lowry and then got one with DeRozan?
I would honestly cry for both of them because they both are the most deserving players that deserve
Kawhi would be the GOAT. I would be like, you got to put him somewhere in a GOAT conference. Like, that man would be like Jesus Christ to the Raptors.
Yeah, no, it would be a little crazy. And then I would probably say the second would be Miami or maybe the 76ers. But I would say Miami is my number 2.
Miami needs him the most. The 76ers, that's a lot of guards, but whatever. Or he can come to Detroit, give Cade somebody with a nice mid-range, somebody who can handle the ball.
I do like Detroit too. I think Detroit would be a good fit for him. Him and Cade would be a good mix, especially because Cade is such a great passer, and that's what really made DeMar thrive. Like he even talked about one time in a podcast that when he was with the Bulls and Lonzo and him and Levine, like they honestly were unstoppable.
Yeah, were.
And after Lonzo got hurt, like they had no one to distribute the ball and get them the looks they were looking for. And I think they would play well off each other. But
whatever happened to Lonzo?
He's still in the league. He's always still, unfortunately, dealing with injury. Might need to check the Bulls stadium floor. Losing point guards left and right, dude. I'm not a fan. All right. Onward, though. Speaking of the Bulls, actually.
Lonzo's a free agent, bro.
Oh, okay. So they did let him go. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Bulls, this one's short. Ex-coach Billy Donovan has strengthened the NBA Finals team, San Antonio Spurs, by joining and becoming their lead assistant coach. That's honestly a huge pickup for them. He has so much experience. Like, honestly, I'm still sticking to what I got to say. I think they'll be back. They'll definitely be back in the Western Conference Finals. They're doing everything right.
I can't argue with it. They got that young core together. They're adding pieces. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And then finally, to wrap up our NBA...
Before you finish, I stand on what I said. At least for the rest of the 2020, that might have been their best shot with OKC being down, the Nuggets being down.
We'll see, dude.
We'll see.
I still don't believe in the Nuggets.
I know you don't.
I still don't believe in the Nuggets.
But you also you haven't talked enough about your Lakers, by the way.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, we've been doing a little bit. It's going to be an interesting season. They're looking at Kuminga, and I think that if they do add him to the roster, it does add a different layer to the team. And I think
you add some chocolate,
dude. Honestly, put a little chocolate in the middle of that graham cracker, you know. Jesus, don't just make it marshmallow. Come on, that's never a good s'more. What are we doing, Lakers? Put a little something in that golden crust.
Man, is brownie the old... Never mind. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, man. But no, I think the Lakers are making good moves now where they can make even better moves in the next offseason. But they're still going to be competitive. But it's hard in the West. I mean, all these teams are going to look very different next year, which I think we'll start getting into, seeing what we think maybe next episode about what some of these offseason moves look like. Does it push the needle or not? And then finally, the last team in our Midwest is the Pacers. They haven't really done much, but they have a pretty much complete roster, as we've mentioned before.
That shit
Kelly,
ain't complete with Halliburton having shingles and gaining 300 pounds.
bro, he's not 300 pounds. I've seen the pictures. The man looks fine. Kelly Oubre
He ain't 160 no more.
has signed a 2-year deal with the Pacers. So brought a good 3-and-D wing player, also a good slasher. So I think that does add a little bit of more of an offensive game to them. But yeah, we'll see with Halliburton because it's early.
On a
It's
serious
early.
note, though, like it is early, but I mean, he's got shingles bad, which is why I'm like he has gained a lot of weight. He's even like lost. They was talking about him losing hair on his eyebrows and whatnot because he can't work out. You can't work out, and shingles be messing people up, man. So
Yeah.
like that's they trying to get it under control. He hasn't been able to work out or do anything.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it'll be unfortunate. They'll have to get him in the basketball shape again,
but like
which,
put it into perspective though.
yeah.
You blow out your Achilles. You sitting, you get shingles, you gain a ton of weight before you could even really ramp up for basketball.
Now
You
you got to
like,
lose. Now you got to try and lose all of it too.
and then learn how, and then like really
Learn the offense
run,
again.
learn
Yeah,
the
run.
offense, learn how to run
Yeah.
effectively so you're not overcompensating. Man,
So let me ask you guys this: how good could the Pacers be without him again?
they're not. They won't be.
I think without him, it's gonna be how many games did they win last
They might
season?
have won 20 games, and I think I'm being generous.
And they won 19. And that was
Look
unfortunately,
at me.
yeah, that was unfortunately, you know, they didn't have a top first round pick for themselves either this year. So they did also sign Larry Nance Jr. to a 1-year deal, but like, yeah, I think
He
this
ain't doing
team, I
nothing.
think this team maybe can get 25 to 30 if everyone stays healthy.
You're being
But
generous.
I am being generous.
Because that team, I'm gonna tell you why they were bad last year. It's not because Halliburton was injured. It's because well, that played a role, but also losing Miles Turner was huge. Like if they had Miles Turner, they could have won 40 something games. Miles
Which
Turner's a damn good player,
wait,
bro.
hang on. I was gonna say, where'd he go then? Because when he got to Milwaukee,
He didn't. We both said he should have stayed in Indiana though.
he is needing to come back or go
He
back
needs to
because
come back. Like
that man has lost his spark, and
it ain't
that
always
team
been
is
there.
just getting more and more. He's gonna get more lost in it, but he needs to find his footing and make himself the star of that team, or at least the
But
second option for sure.
that's why I'm saying like he should have never left, and I think they would have been a 6 seed or a 7 seed playing team if he would have stayed, but he didn't, and then Halliburton, blew that Achilles out. So
Yeah, but no, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a rough season for them again, especially if Halliburton can't get back on that team. So
did we talk about the Bulls?
we talked about them slightly. I said about the Billy Donovan.
Oh yeah, but y'all did nothing else, right?
Oh no, not since the Norman Powell signing, and then really, I don't know if we'll get a little bit more into it, but Summer League, of course, has started. So been watching a few of the game. Cameron Boozer had a nice 18-point start against Darian Peterson, who kid is as we said, walking bucket. 25 points, 12 assists.
That's because the pseudo cramps haven't kicked in yet.
Well, I think it's also I think he's a little motivated because he wasn't taken first. I think he knows he's the first round. He should have been the first pick overall. But
Yeah,
his attitude is what made him behind it. So, because even him saying he didn't really want to meet with anyone else, and then them coming to meet him, I think showed him a little bit of a different resistance that he shouldn't have towards being maybe the number 2 pick. Because look at Jordan, that motivated him. And
yeah.
honestly, like I said, we don't doubt his talent. It's just what we've seen from an attitude standpoint and an integrity standpoint of play the game the right way. Like, don't sit out if you can't sit out, because he says he's a Kobe fan, but let me tell you, Kobe would never sit out at halftime because they're up so big. He would step on their throat and keep going. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's found his Kobe mentality, and I hope so, because if so, the league is in trouble.
All right. Is there any final NBA news that you guys missed or can think of?
Jaylen Brown will be wearing number 7 for the 76ers, and that team is going to be scary with or without LeBron.
Was him wearing number 7 really a topic of discussion?
I think
Who was
it's,
wearing?
I
Who
think
was
it's
wearing
fun,
this?
dude. I think it's fun.
Oh, I thought
7.
like
They said they brought the 7. They said he brings the process finally home.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
also, fun fact, which will lead us into our next segment. Supposedly, Jaylen Brown said that him and AJ Brown are cousins. They are actually related, and it is ironic because we have one player going from Boston to Philly, and another player going from Philly to Boston. So,
They're actually related.
according to Jaylen Brown, he said they are.
Yeah.
I guess all that pouting and whining makes sense then.
Jeez. Yeah, how ironic though. It's like you guys are cousins, but they want to keep you guys apart. Danger to the town. Can't have two Browns. Oh, honestly, can't have two Browns in one state. That's why they had to send Antonio Brown away. Dude, a third one be
Yeah.
insane.
All right. And with that, we will transition to the NFL. We're going to keep it with the NFC news. We're going to start out with the Chicago Bears. Cassius, what is the latest news with the Bears camp and Caleb Williams?
Well, fun fact for us Bears fans, Caleb Williams has given an autographed jersey to Pope Leo. We're getting all the blessings this year, boys. Just write it off. Every comeback win, everything, we owe it to Pope Leo. Chicago bred. He knows who his team is still. Love it. But yeah, no, Bears camp is, going to be getting started real here soon, but the early camp is looking pretty well. A lot of people have talked about how Caleb already looks more comfortable with this second year in the Ben Johnson offense. Luther Burden is looking pretty great out there. Like, be worried if you're on that secondary. And on the defensive side, the name that keeps coming up is Austin Booker to watch out for. Austin was hurt a couple games last year, but they said he's actually put on quite a bit of muscle, much faster off the jump, and he just overall looks like a different player. So be some interesting things coming from there. So
I like it. We will jump to the Vikings news. Any other updates on the QB battle going on?
yeah, so
It ain't no battle.
well, actually, that's the thing. According to early talk, it is JJ. From what we're hearing from sources, that JJ is actually not going down without a fight. They said he actually looks calmer. He looks cleaner in the pocket. He is taking this very seriously, and I think just does not want to lose this job to Kyler Murray. Which, like I said, Kyler might lose himself if Call of Duty comes out sooner. So,
Kyler Murray is not losing that job to JJ McCarthy.
I don't think so either. We are hearing, and actually the source was from Adam Thielen. He said he's been hearing a lot of early talk from, the camp overall, saying, there's not much you can talk about with other pieces of the camp. Their defense is very stout still. We know who their wide receivers are. It's the only question for this team is their quarterback play. But yeah, I think that Kyler will be the starter by week 1, but they're saying JJ is not going down without a fight, and I think it'll be that's a good push for him.
So it took this man, first off,
a man 2 feet shorter than him to come in to
it. Bro, JJ McCarthy is in the NFL off the coattails of Jim Harbaugh and an elite run game. That's it. There is no debating that. And if a Michigan fan says otherwise, particularly to name drop the person Blake Corum, to if a Michigan fan says otherwise, they're lying to you. Okay, like they're lying to you. He can't. He man, don't get me started.
So what
He
do you
it's not
guys
no
think,
competition.
what do you guys think JJ McCarthy has to do to get the starter position? Is there
Learn how
anything
to throw the ball.
Okay.
I mean, and that's the thing. We really won't know till we see.
True.
Like, but
This dude got hurt year one, couldn't play.
right.
First off, was overdrafted, drafted
Oh,
way too high, but
I
got hurt.
definitely was overdrafted.
Got hurt, lost like a ton of weight, was looking crazy, came back, got hurt again,
Became
and
7.
right. I think he beat the Bears like in one quarter.
Became
looking
7,
like
dude.
yeah, looking like Hercules, and then forgot how to play until he played the Lions twice. So like, and then got benched twice. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
What are we
but
talking
that's
about?
the thing, dude. Though it's those sparks. It's the inconsistency, but the consistency of the games he's winning, of course, against the Bears and the Lions, that you're like, this kid can play at certain points, and that's what they're saying is like he's still young enough. You can maybe still see where that goes.
So let me. He's really about to make me do this. If his defense wasn't elite, he's not in any of those games.
Oh, I agree.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. We didn't have to do it, Nando. We didn't have to do it. Like,
I mean, I agree. What are we talking about? I'm not saying he's not comeback player material in that regard, but that's the thing. That's the situation he's been given. And if that's a quarterback that we just saw in Sam Darnold that isn't elite, but he can be elite. He can put himself in that echelon, but not in a consistent manner, saying that, he's a top 5 quarterback every season. But look at that defense he was paired with.
why
And I'm not
do
saying
we-
JJ is Sam Darnold anyway, but you're saying, what if you can get him to be to that
Why,
point?
why do we compare those two, Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy? Sam Darnold could throw the damn ball in college. Did we forget?
Oh,
Well,
I'm not,
I think it's because the quarterback position is so hard, and look how long it took Sam Darnold to like actually run a team successfully.
He
And
was
I-
on the Jets.
well,
so was
well,
Geno. Honestly, so was Geno Smith.
Yeah, but I think
Which
I
goes
think
you proved them.
I think it's more to say like the QB position. You can't just come in as a rookie and just run the team and like be this all-star. Like that doesn't happen a lot.
We are forgetting that like these kids, that they are kids, and still
Yeah.
like they are 22, 23. Like Caleb actually was told by one of his players that he needs to take on more of like a leadership role, and he's been more stoic in his appearances because he is more of that public guy. Now there are more people looking to him, whether it's children or not. And I think that's maybe we don't know. JJ has taken that same growth build where it's last year he was still not being as mature as he could be in those takes and still being honestly a dumb 20-year-old. And now he's saying like, I could lose this job. Like, this is what I want. Like, I came to the NFL to be the starting quarterback, and maybe it's taking that leap, but
He was overdrafted. A lot of these quarterbacks who come in nowadays, these quarterbacks don't come in and they don't hold the clipboard anymore. And some of these quarterbacks do come in and it is their team. When Kyler Murray came into the NFL, it was his team. Arizona was his team automatically. When Matthew Stafford came in, they gave the keys to that man. Like, I mean, Lamar had to ride the pine a little bit, but Lamar also couldn't throw the ball either. But Lamar was a hell of an athlete.
yeah,
and
but
still
no one's
is.
saying JJ is one of those players.
I'm talking to Nando's point about like how hard it is and like them growing. My point is like a lot of them, you don't draft a quarterback anymore for them to sit on the bench. And if you're bringing in a
No.
replacement early, you're on life support. That's my point.
Yeah, no, I see that, and but it also it's a good competition because also Kyler Murray isn't, I think, a lock as a starting quarterback right now because there's so many question marks about him. Can he stay healthy? Can he do what you need him to do in the offense and not just try to run the ball to the out route and do a dump pass if there's no one else to throw to? Like we know he has the skill set, but also we also have heard all of the negative things, and there's clearly a reason Arizona has moved on from him. So
there's some character issues in there. Like there's some work ethic issues in there, but like I think at the end of the day,
And maybe this
you,
is his revitalization because he did say he was a Vikings fan when he was a kid. So
yeah, I think I mean they're two separate types of quarterbacks to me. Like between those two, and I mean the only thing Kyler's doing is messing it up for the short kings. That's it. That's it.
I think at the end of the day, the Vikings are trying to make them both better and see who's going to fight for it more. Like they might know Kyler Murray's going to start week 1, but like they're trying to make him the best
Uh,
quarterback that they can get out of him.
let, if what's his name? If Justin Jefferson ain't happy, it's about to be over for whoever's back there.
That's a
That's
fair
all I'm gonna
point.
say.
and
That's
if
a fair
Jordan
point.
Addison's on the field.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we will keep it moving. What's the latest news on the Packers training camp?
I mean, really, it's going to be who on the defense is going to step up in place of Parsons, with him being absent for probably more than half the season. It looks like they're going to need extra help, and also I would say on the offensive side of the field, it's who is going to step up and be the number one. Because for a long time, yes, they have all of them getting their touches from a wide receiver standpoint, but it just doesn't work. Especially because for one, none of them can stay on the field, and for two, you need one to finally just say I'm that guy. Because I think that's where they fall apart a little bit in those situations where Jordan's looking for someone, but it's you can't feed every mouth, especially in this NFL today. They're gonna find those holes, but you got to find that one guy who's saying, "Hey, I will be open," and it might be Christian Watson, but again, can he stay on the field long enough?
It's Christian Watson. I mean, I agree with everything he said, but it's Christian Watson. It's not even close.
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least, we would jump to the Lions training camp. Any news on the Lions?
Jared, did you take over?
I mean, outside of Terry Arnold being an idiot, but we're glad he's gone. I hope he hears this too because he wasn't doing nothing but causing pass interference and not being on the field because he can't stay healthy. Your shoulders is good enough to pistol whip somebody, but not deflect the pass. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Offense still elite though.
Don't forget,
Offense is still elite.
don't forget, he also was good enough to rob the wrong people who robbed him. So
Right. Just dumb. So I'm glad he's gone.
All right, and we have a few other NFL news around the league. Cassius, I'll give you the mic.
yeah, so unfortunately, we have a few stories that are just need to be told. For one, legendary running back Chris Johnson has unfortunately been diagnosed with ALS. He actually finally came forward in an interview with Michael Strahan and said he's been diagnosed for more than a year. Uh, Seeing him like that, he of course wants to actually bring back the Ice Bucket Challenge to raise money and awareness towards it. But he just wants you to know that his video is out there. Please go watch it. He's sharing his story. He's still that guy, no matter what. Inside, just maybe not more on the outside anymore. But yeah, it's a tragic story, but it's something that he's building strength off of. So, we say good luck to you, Chris.
Dude was one of the most pulverizing running backs in the 2000s, early 2010s. So it is crazy. Prayers for him and his family, though.
100%. Next, so former Cowboy Marshawn Nealon. So he unfortunately committed suicide, but it is now after his death determined that he was diagnosed with stage 1 CTE. So we
Mm.
are seeing that CTE is becoming a growing issue in the sport. And, it is showing more and more that it can have very negative side effects for the player and just of their mental thinking and what they may decide to do. So It is unfortunate, but at least we are getting more research on this and better ways to improve the sport and help it as well. So, and finally, a little bit of a fun one here. So a story came out about Sean Payton when he was on his first year with the Broncos and how he went to the president of the Broncos organization to try and bring in one of his best friends, legendary NFL coach Bill Belichick. He would bring in Bill to be the head coach until he won 15 games to then become the all-time winningest coach in the NFL. After, or actually, well, during that period, Sean Payton would be the offensive coordinator. What a freaking duo. And then as soon as that finishes, he would leave, retire, and Sean Payton would then take his job again. So, crazy story. Would have been fun to see. Jared, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but that would have been, I think, insane.
It would have been insane. I don't want to see that though. I want Bill to get it. I want Bill to get it on his own, man. Bill gonna be back in the NFL after this season.
Yeah, I think he'll get a little restless. And then finally, taking it to one of the most polarizing stories of the NFL still, since like last year, Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. Well, we said before that we thought there were rumors he'd be going to the Commanders. That's not happening. Seeing how not only, of course, is he still wanted by the police, but also he decided to go and publicly talk about Jaden Daniels on Instagram Live. Wow, I then, it's now deleted, unfortunately, but saw a post from Jaden Daniels with the tagline of it saying, "Enjoy retirement," and tagged Brandon Ayuk in that.
Yeah,
So
you want to talk about CTE, bro? That dude is unhinged.
yeah,
Like if anybody need help, it's him.
it's unfortunate. He clearly has kind of fallen back, and everyone's talking about it. For one, he said he doesn't have an agent, nobody represents him. That's false. He definitely has an agent. Someone represents him. He says that he wants to be paid and doesn't care if he gets fined, but it's like they'll pay you if you show up, so then they don't have to fine you, and like you don't have to do anything. You just show up. So there's a lot of things where it's like he clearly has no one guiding him, unfortunately, or he just refuses to be guided. And I think he's going to end up. I honestly have no idea. The Niners are just sitting, like it's kind of pulverizing at what this team is.
I guarantee you, the Niners wish they kept Debo at this point, because man, they paid Brandon Ayuk, and that went left so fast, so fast. Debo is one McNugget away from being a tight end, but still,
Yeah. Oh, and then not to mention, he even was upset and made a public issue that John Lynch, former player, GM of your team, is stopping by your house to check on you, to try and lead you and say, "Hey, what's going on? Can I help in any way?" And you say, "What is this? What is this guy doing here? What's he showing up to my house for?" Dude, like, what are we talking about? So I don't know. He might not be on a team this year.
he's not going to be. It's over for him, bro. Like he messed up his knee. He stopped doing rehab. He stopped showing up to the facility. Like
I don't know what's crazier, him or Jaden Ivey. Honestly, biggest fall off.
Shanahan, man, biggest fall off is gonna be Ayuk because at least he got paid. But like Kyle Shanahan is probably sitting in Cabo right now. Like what is he doing? So
All right, final comments. Did we miss anything? Last things that you guys want to add in?
No, don't think so. I think pretty much touched on quite a bit here. So
follow the pod, y'all. That's it.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for the last few games for the World Cup. Quarterfinals start tomorrow. France versus Morocco, followed by Spain and Belgium. We are rooting for Spain now. And then Saturday will be a doubleheader, Norway versus England, followed by Argentina and Switzerland. So before we conclude, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all of our channels. And as always, Thank you for joining the best in the Midwest, and join us next time for another episode of Between the Coast.
See ya.